So welcome back to Questions, Answers, and Solutions. Of course, I'm your host, Jameer Hayward. If you're tuning in, you're going to tune in to buildingsafercommunities.com/radio, or you can call in if you have questions or concerns, or you just simply want to join the conversation. And that number is 929-227-4646. Without further ado, I'm just going to move straight into the show. And tonight is all about Black business, what you should do and how you should do it and how it's run. I think we have we have two professionals in the house, and we're also going to have Todd's cousin call in to join our conversation. So without further ado, I want to introduce Elisa and Alfonso Alexander. Hello. And I also want to introduce Carrena Orem. I gotta make sure I'm saying this right. Carrena Orem Bush. I want to make sure I'm saying this correctly. All right, so I did post a little bit about you on Facebook, social media, but I always give my guests an opportunity to introduce themselves. Before I do that, let me give a quick shout out to Todd Taylor, who's always in the house. Shout out to David from FLO Empire Radio, and shout out to the background music now that is new and will be introduced on YouTube. So introduce yourself, Mr. and Mrs. Alexander.
Hello, my name is Elisa Alexander. I am owner of Showtime Unisex Beauty Salon. Al?
Good evening. My name is Mr. Alexander, co-owner and founder. Raised in the village of Harlem. And a little nervous, but let me get it together here. But this lady next to me, gave me all the energy to put Showtime together. And we've been affiliated in this beauty world since 1989, and we're still going. And we like to give a big shout out to all our customers that have been with us throughout the years and the struggles. Thank y'all.
All right,
30
so
years.
30 Almost
years. 30 years.
That's full of awesomeness. I mean, I think part of, speak up into the mic, Elisa. I think part of our Todd and I's idea to have this show is to show how Black business works.
Yes.
And 30 years is quite a success. And I know we had like a little conversation before the show started. So I'm just going to go into my first question. What made you guys start a business?
Well, I was dating this nice lady, and she had just got out of hair school.
1985.
And I seen her quality, and I was like, wow. So one day I'm waiting to take her to the movies and so on, and the young lady didn't have a pay ready for her. So I said, wow, well, how much did you make? She said, I made about 400. 400 in one day?
Awesomeness.
I said, wait a minute, the police wasn't chasing you?
Total legit, right?
Legit, legal.
That's right.
So I was stunned. So I was like, okay. So I tried to talk her into renting a booth. Mm-hmm. And she was a little nervous. I said, no, I got friends, I got family, we'll support you. So that kicked off. And then I'm looking at how her bosses were working. I said, wait a minute, I think we could do this ourselves. And that's how we got started.
That's right. Elisa, you want to add?
Well, I started, I didn't really think that I was really professional enough to do hair. And a friend of mine had talked me into...
Wait a minute. You made $400 in a day, and you didn't think that
I
you could
didn't
do
think
this?
that I was good enough to
If
do
that's
it.
not a humble response.
When I started, I used to do hair on the stoop. You know how you
Yeah.
braid hair and whatnot. So I don't know, for some reason I just kept seeing Wilfred school, academy school on the TV, and it just kept coming up. I said, you know what, I'm gonna try this, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, I passed, I did everything I was supposed to, and a young man, no, an older guy in the block, he said, you know what, I have a friend that has a salon, and they just opened a salon on 124th in St. Nicholas. In Harlem, called Georgette's. My mother never wanted me to go downtown, so I always stayed from downtown because she thought it was so bad. But anyway, I went down there, got hired, and I started from there.
So that was the booth experience.
That was the booth experience, right?
Okay.
And
That was the commission experience.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
well,
all right, but it moved
but we
on up.
started from there, and I
right?
started with a couple other young ladies just like myself. It was about maybe 5 of us that started. We just fresh out of school, and we just start watching one another, and then we start giving out flyers, standing at 125th Street train station,
That's
giving
right.
out flyers. We watch them come in the morning, give them a flyer, and when they come from the train station, they would stop in the shop, and we actually started. I started from there, and the same people that I did
Back
30
then,
years,
they still are committed.
still coming to me now.
Look at that.
And that was the very first shop, which was Georgette's on 121st Street, 4th Street.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
And, we went from there.
All right.
Yeah.
So what is it like being Black business owners?
It's a feeling that all Black people need to have, because you're your own boss, all right? But it's not just being a boss. By being a boss, it's about giving back to the community. I believe the 30 years that we have in is because our motto was to give quality at a good price. So people were able to get the quality that we gave out and were able to afford it. And when other people wasn't making money, we were still making money.
Wow.
So just to see people go out and happy, and they also gathered around us with parties and hair shows. So we were one big family. So it's just awesome. You need vision. You have to see past what you're doing at that point in life, because you might think that's all you can do. All right. So you got to have vision. All right, and I think if we would have had a stronger vision, we would be much more further than where we are, which we're moving now.
Yes.
But I love the experience, of people looking up to us, and it's so many people that probably have their own shops because of us, and who inspired me, other than my wife, was a gentleman named Jerry's Den. I'm pretty sure everybody remember Jerry's Den. And I used to be driving through Harlem, and I'm seeing all these pop-up Jerry's Dens. So I'm saying, wow. And when I met her, she inspired me. And this is how it took off.
That's right. And you spoke it into existence. And I admire what you said about quality at a good price. A lot of people sometimes, they'll focus on the quality in the beginning when they're providing a service or good, but then it dwindles.
In the neighborhood, you don't want to overprice, then nobody will come.
That's right.
So we went according to the area and community that we was in. And that gave them the opportunity not to just come one time. They could keep coming back.
That's right. And stay committed.
They're still coming. And we haven't changed our prices, actually. Everybody wants to change the prices, go high. Why?
Well, they say change the prices, but
you have to go with the time. But some of our prices are still the same, and they still come and get this their hair done. We specialize in finger waves. Everybody say, "Oh, they still do finger."
Yes, they do.
They never stop doing
Yes,
finger
and
waves.
they look good.
Yes, and I love, and I love what I do.
That's right.
I love what I do.
You have to
I
have
love what I
have
do.
to have a passion for
Yes.
what you do, especially
Yes.
when it's yours. You know it's full of passion,
Right.
Right. You know, sometimes when people work for other people, they're doing it because they want to get the money or a variety of different reasons. Not necessarily that they have a passion for it, but when you're working for yourself, it's just a different feeling. Before we move on, let me just bring on the caller that's on the line. Hi, caller. Who am I speaking with?
This is Bush. How are you?
Hey, Carrena. How you doing?
I'm good.
All right. I'm so happy you're calling from. I want you to I'm so happy you're calling in. I want you to tell everybody where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Oak Ridge, Tennessee.
That's right. And you have your own business out there in Tennessee.
Yes, I do. I'm co-owner of a salon called High Maintenance Style Studio.
That's good stuff. All right. So you are on the line, but we have in the house Alfonso and Elisa Alexander. Okay, so they're joining us in conversation. So we're going to share and the mic switch around. So I'm just going to propose the same question to you that I proposed to them. What made you decide to own your own business?
Well, just so that I can create my own environment within my salon. I had been doing hair for several years, just working in other salons as a booth renter, and I just didn't like my environment. So when I had the opportunity with my husband being in the military, the first salon I actually opened was in St. Mary's, Georgia, which is right outside of Jacksonville, Florida. Mm-hmm. And it gave me just such a sense of freedom and just creativity, because I was able to basically set my own standard for what I felt like salon life should be like.
That's right. Good stuff. So, Elisa and Alfonso mentioned that, they use two terms that I actually admire, and I want to see if you agree with this or if you want to add to this comment. So they mentioned that quality, along with good standard pricing, it brings on more customers, and it also keeps them committed. Do you feel the same way?
Definitely, absolutely. Quality is our work speaks volumes. When your guest walks out of the door, that is your work. You know what I'm saying? That is your style. That is your creativity. Mm-hmm. So I definitely agree with that.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing is, Elisa mentioned passion. Talk to me a little bit about your passion for your business.
Well, I'm very passionate about what I do. I've been in the industry for about 25 years. I started very young. And I just always, to be honest, in the beginning, before I went to cosmetology school, I had no idea of even how to put my own hair in a ponytail. But I had been going to a salon, and I had my mentor, her name is Danette at the time. I just loved watching her. I just loved her style, loved her flow, just loved everything she did. So that's when I said, well, hey, maybe I can do this. I can go to school and do it. And just from day one, when I started Charleston Cosmetology Institute, my passion just grew. And, being around people that helped me grow myself, and grow my salons, this was just very key to my growth. So passion is definitely, you have to have the passion, because if you don't have the passion, if you're just doing it for the money, you're not going to have longevity behind the chair at all.
That's right. And I'm appreciative that you just mentioned the support, the backing that you had, because we know that owning a business, whether black or not, you do have to have some sense of support. So I'm going to turn the mics back to Alfonso and Elisa for that. So what about support with your business? How is that looking?
Well, support is it was mandatory coming out the gate. Mm-hmm. That's what made me feel so secure in going out on the land, because basically, if you coming out your own pockets, a lot of people are afraid, to commit to what they believe in. And what I seen in her hands, I wasn't afraid at all. So basically,
thank you.
It was just a matter of building a coalition of good people. And, once we got together, her family, my family, our friends, we all supported one another. And then, it's all about marketing yourself.
That's right.
And we did a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very tired today because of marketing. But that's how you reach out, and you have to be able to go outside of your comfort zone. A lot of people just want to stay basically in Harlem or wherever they feel comfortable at.
Right.
But it's a large world out here.
All right.
And I salute you in Tennessee, and I hope to meet with you here in New York so we can sit down and chop it up.
That's right. Elisa, you want to add?
Also, what inspires me too is that we have 9 children.
Nice.
Yes, it's nine of the kids all together, but
That's
five
beautiful.
of the girls. Well, what is it? Four of them do hair, and they grew up in the shop.
And we talking
Licensed hairstylist.
legacy.
Licensed.
Yes,
We're going to
licensed
talk about that too.
hairstylist.
Yes, yes.
And they grew up in the business from birth. So they picked up the business by just being in the shop. It's not too many. I don't want to say, but they're very good stylists.
Okay.
And they work now at this present time also. But it's good to have that support, family support also.
That's right. And,
Yes.
and legacy, bringing them into a foundation that's already structured,
Yes.
and that later on it'll build more equity, and they can learn from this experience and
Yes.
get better and better, as we all have learned, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Carrena,
Yes.
how did the support system look for you from beginning to now?
I would say that I have been truly blessed to always have been able to maintain a great clientele. Because like I said, I know you guys hit on marketing and having a market, but I have been fortunate to now, up until this time in all of my years of doing hair, I really never had to market myself. My guests always marketed for me. My guests
Word of
put
mouth.
put clients in my chair. Like, that word of mouth has always been awesome for me, because I was known to be professional, be on time, keep my area, wherever I could, wherever I was working, very clean, just treating them professionals, letting them know what they needed versus them coming in and telling me what they wanted. I've always been that stylist. Like, I've worked with stylists who I see who would relax their hair so much, but I've always been that stylist. Like, no, I would rather turn down the money to keep the integrity of your hair, than take that money. So I have honestly been blessed from moving place to place with having a military husband, going from Georgia to North Carolina to Tennessee. That
Right.
when I got into a location or a salon, I have always been supported very much so, and still now. So it is like family. Of course, you were blessed, honey, to have a husband that, stood by your side, with it. But it's a lot of stylists who
Thank
they don't
you.
get that home support because the husbands don't understand. We have to work when the women are off. We have to be available for the women who
Right.
work and get off. So
We don't
sometimes
have
you
regular hours.
That's right. That's
You
right.
have breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the salon. So that is too very important, and I want to commend you, sir, for being that for her, because that is very important. When you lock the salon door, how's your support system at home?
That's right. And
Thank
also,
Thank
Elisa
you.
and Alfonso mentioned the vision. He had he saw a vision in his wife, and even at that early stage, in what was it, 1989,
Correct.
when she had the skill and she may not have spoken into existence, right, the way that Alfonso did.
Well-
They made it come to fruition, and they're still going. And the same thing for you, Carrena. Like you said, you were getting tired of a certain environment, and that's what our people need to hear, that when you're getting tired of a certain environment, no, we're not saying jump off the ledge and just go full-fledged. There are going to be some fears in there, like Alfonso mentioned, but you want to put your best foot forward, speak it into existence, and apply yourself. And sometimes applying
Exactly.
yourself means means being being comfortable with being uncomfortable temporarily, right? Because we know that you guys are in Harlem, you know, and that was kind of like your foundation, but you're moving around throughout the 5 boroughs.
Yes.
Okay, so talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, it was a burning desire to grow. You know, we looked at what we had in Harlem. Our first salon was called Stay Fly. That was 1989. And then we came out with Showtime in 93. All right. And it just blew up. And then we opened another one on 45th Street and 8th Avenue. Then we moved from there to Brooklyn, which was Park Place. Park Place off of Albany Avenue. Then we went to Myrtle, across from Fort Greene. So one day I happened to mosey uptown to the Bronx, which is where we were living. And there was a Con Edison there. And it closed. So I'm like, well, what happened to the Con Edison? So I turned around, seen a sign said store for rent. And that was in 1998. And we opened up Showtime in the Bronx. And that's the headquarters for Showtime as we speak now.
Good stuff.
And
So that shows to speak that your action proved that you moved from your comfort zone, which was in Harlem, to the Bronx according to the need, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's that comfort zone. You have to come out of your comfort zone to move. You have to come out of your comfort zone to move on. So if you stay in that square, that's where you're going to stay.
That's right.
You have to come out of it and do more, move on.
Right. Thinking outside the box.
It's
Go ahead. No, you go ahead, Elisa.
well, I like to
I was
thank
gonna
the
say
transit.
it's no limit.
No limit.
It's no limit,
like-
and it's no. Don't say you can't do something. You can.
That's right.
You can.
That's right.
You can. You can do it.
I like to thank the New York City Transit Authority. From where I retired, I would never cross 110th Street if it had not been for them, because I had no reason to. At least I thought that way.
Got it.
But they broadened my imagination and our turf. So here's to the New York City Transit Authority.
And the other thing is, I think Elisa hit it on the nose, and Carrena, you said the same thing. Kind of thinking outside the box, you know, and allowing everything that has happened to us, you know, just allowing it to take its process.
Yes.
And also, it's meant to happen this way. You know, things are put before us, and sometimes we question and we say, no, I'm not ready. But it returns, and it's still a push toward that ultimate goal of success. All right. And Carrena, you mentioned, which again, I appreciate the comment when you said integrity. You know, you would prefer to give a good service, quality service, versus taking the money. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, I just noticed I've worked with, several stylists, and, I noticed that they sometimes run their business based on the money aspect of it. You don't have the same set prices for everyone, or, you may provide a service for the guests that that they may not need because you're thinking about the money part of it. And so I've seen a lot of people lose a lot of clientele for doing such a thing, so I just had to learn and watch, and just, I'm a healthy hair. That's my thing. I don't do a whole lot of installations and, weaves and things of that nature, which is popular now, because I just care more about the integrity of the hair. Yeah, it's a good thing to do for a little while, but when you start noticing your hair's breaking or your edges are gone, or just different things that's happening with life, you need to figure out a way how we can get the integrity of that hair back into shape. So my clients will say a lot, they'll come in, well, I need a relaxer. No, you don't. We can just do a nice steam treatment or a deep condition, and I can flat iron it, and I'll make you feel like you need a relaxer. I would just rather not take that money, just to keep my client's hair and, our relationship good, because you can be friends with somebody for years, but take their hair out and see where that goes.
Oh, yeah. It turns sour, right? And the other thing, the other thing that was a great point, Carrena, is you saying part of integrity is educating your clients on what may be best for them. Because sometimes, you come into the end, I want my hair blonde, and that light color will dry the heck out of that head, and then you got to keep it moist, and then you wind up with no hair, and then you looking across like, okay, well, my stylist, so part of maintaining integrity with your clients is telling them the truth.
Right, you have to tell them the truth.
No.
You have to tell them the truth. Even though they might not want to hear it, but you have to tell them the truth. Just like, and I agree with what she was saying.
You can say yes to the guest and no to the service. That's something that because I was also an educator for Paul Mitchell for years, and we would say, well, no, you can't get that service, but yes, you can get something else. Let's compromise here, so you may not be able to be platinum blonde today, you know what I'm saying? And also with the level of commitment that clients have as well, because you may see a client every 3 months, and you have that client that's faithful every week, every 2 weeks that's coming in your chair. So you may be able to give that service to your committed client, because you'll have the opportunity to get that hair back healthy versus someone that you see once a blue moon. So it's just making that decision and just being firm in it and standing behind your knowledge and not the knowledge of that client.
That's right. So I'm going to turn the mic really quickly back to Alfonso and Elisa, Carrena. In regard to keeping yourself happy in the business, providing quality service, and also keeping your clients happy. Do you have some clients that come in because, they look like us, they've known us for a long time, that want to get over on the service as opposed to paying what you're actually worth?
Sure.
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about that.
What's her name?
Carrena.
Carrena. I have to agree with Carrena when doing a service, and I'd rather give the service away other than the money. When I see somebody and their hair really needs help, I will try to help them. And I'd rather give them a deep conditioner or reconstructor to get the hair in good condition, and not charge them for it, but let them know what I gave them and what's going to help them and the next time they come, so the next time they pay for it. But we do, I used to have people to come in that I know and thought you're going to pay me a little bit, and I was going to, go for the service. But after I educated them, then they understood what I'm here for. I'm here for you. I'm here to give you a service, and I'm going to make you feel better about yourself. So at a point, it's not even about the money. It's what I can do for you to help yourself out. And that's what we're here for, to help people feel good about their self.
All right. Alfonso?
I'm trying to remember what the last question was.
So I know that, you have to be fulfilled in your business, and you also have to provide a quality service, and on the other end, you have to make your clients happy. Are there clients that sometimes come in when you're doing promotions and things like that want to just get by, basically?
Well, basically, it's a strong percentage of that, all right? But most of those people are the new clients that come on board because they're not used to these type of prices, all right? So you have clients that indicate to you, I think you should raise your prices. I think you should raise your prices. And they say these things, but if you do that, next thing you know, you don't have nobody. You have your, the ones that come to you all the time. But you have to be firm with clients, Don't play games with them. See, when they enter your salon, you got to have rules and regulations. You know what I'm saying? We have a waiting area. This is where you're supposed to wait. Now, we're in a world with cell phones, and they want to plug up everything, and they'll just come in and just like they're in their own house. So I watch them for a minute, and I let them know, excuse me, they charge. I don't like charging, but can you
No,
ask?
we charge accordingly.
And preserve, but you know what, preserve the energy, because sometimes people forget
Right.
that you have to pay for electricity, water, other things, supplies, and things like that, and it's just not, you don't want to just give it away like that all the
But
time.
I like to say to them, at least ask.
Okay.
That's
You know,
the ones
they-
that pay.
Common courtesy.
The ones that don't ask, they just look for a plug. So but I don't charge everybody like that. So
But it's a common courtesy.
It's
like
just
you said.
courtesy.
All right.
that you would. I would not come into your house and just go in your bathroom and take a shower.
Karina
just
sighing
because you
over
got
there. You
water.
agree, Karina?
Yes, I'm here.
You agreeing over there, Karina?
Well, I was disconnected, so I missed a little bit of it, but I'm definitely agreeing with the end part. I don't know what the conversation beginning was, but whew.
we were talking about how we in the world today where everybody like to come in the shop and want to plug up their cell phones
And
my God.
laptops and everything else.
What'd you say?
I said that is a pet peeve to me. I cringe on the inside, and if any of my clients are listening, they'll know that I do, because they don't ask. It's like, what in the world? Like, they'll unplug your stuff, but they
Sure will.
Yeah, I agree.
I certainly agree.
I think Alfonso said that there are policies and procedures. There's common courtesy. There's rules and regulations you have to follow in the shop. There's a place for you to sit and wait. Common courtesy. You have that same policy, Karina?
Well, the way my salon is set up, it's like I have 2 doors. And like I said, I've been doing some of these ladies for so long. Like, they'll come in and, they'll sit where the dryers are, whatever. But I'm working on that part, because it's just I have a seating area for them,
Right.
but it just seems like they come and they kind of migrate to where everyone is. So, that don't drive me as crazy as plugging in a cell phone without asking.
But when that happens, right, it takes the attention away from the customer that's actually in your chair.
Great point.
That person deserves your undivided attention. So that's what I try to explain to the clients. Listen, we have an area. When it's your turn, no one is going to be over there with you.
That's right.
And that should be the way it should be.
That's right. And keeping in mind, that when they're in the chair, they want the same respect and courtesy. Yeah, and it goes a long way.
Same.
So my next
Yes, it does.
So my next question is, we're jugglers, and the reason why I say that is because we have a lot of roles. I know between the two of my guests, Elisa and Alfonso, they have 9 children. Karina, do you have children?
Oh yes, I have a total of 3. They're all like 7 years apart.
So my question, is how are you juggling that? The children, the work, the promotion, other outside things that we have to take care of, because self-care for us is also good. We got everybody else looking good. We need to look good too.
Yes.
How are we juggling?
Yes.
How are you guys juggling all of this?
Well, with myself, I one thing I do love about this career is I was always able to juggle my schedule based on what I have going on in my life. Like I said, I went to work for Paul Mitchell I've worked there for 5 years, and it was really hard for me. I did it, but I just stepped down about a month ago. But it was hard for me to ask someone for some time off, and then you have to find someone to take your if your shift, if you're not there, and
So
that,
wait,
Karina,
Karina, just for clarity, so you were working a general 9 to 5. You have your own salon, and then you have the children.
Yes, and a husband that travels. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So I did it. You know what I'm saying? You just learn to do it. I've had people tell me I do too much or blah blah blah, but I don't know any other way. Like I've been working so
That's good
long.
stuff.
Like I've been doing it so long. Yes. Can I say that I'm tired sometimes? Yes, absolutely. But it's just rewarding in the end. I just pray that my kids see what I have done and how their dad and I have maintained our lifestyles and things like off of hard work.
Right.
No one comes into the salon and our job and give us anything As a matter of fact, just last week, my daughter was on fall break for 2 weeks. I had her coming into the salon. She's 11 years old, and she sweep my hair, and she empty my trash. And,
Alisa said it too. Bringing the kids in.
And
That's
I
right.
actually paid her. I paid her, because I want her to know you don't do anything free. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who it is. I'm your mother, but I still want to pay you for your services. So, like I said, just being in this career has helped me to be able to juggle. You can tell your clients, well, I'm not going to be here this day, or I'm taking this week off. And, like I said, I've been truly blessed. So I don't really have, a problem with doing that.
Okay, good stuff. Alfonso?
Well, in some cases, the salon would look like a daycare center. And I used to be like, wow.
They bring the kids?
Our kids.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the customers.
Well, that as well.
That's the difference in having your own and working for somebody else.
That's
we were
right.
just blessed
to
have our own and bring our children into the salon. And some of our workers have kids, so we were always kid savvy. It was never a sign up there, no kids allowed, because we had our own kids, but we worked it out. I have a manager that's been with me for
Since
27 years, and we have raised our children together, and now we are raising our grandkids together.
That's wonderful.
And she is still with me.
Well, I like to give her a shout out. She's not feeling well this evening.
Yeah, she's in a hospital.
And then they get well, and we're here discussing your loyalty and your longevity, and we love you.
That's right. And shout out to you. Of course, Todd and I are also sending positive waves for a speedy recovery for you. Yeah, and Carrena as well. I know Karena's sending her love as well. Yeah, we appreciate you. All right. So we spoke a little bit about legacy earlier before the show started, and I am 100% for passing on the legacy to my children. And you guys have already spoke a little bit about it, but I want you to tell the world how important it is for us to be business owners, for us to pass these legacies to our children, and also, how to build equity, things like that.
Well, that's my passion. All right. Because things that I'm doing now, things that I've done before, basically it wasn't even for us. It was for our children. So we have to raise the bar, all right, in their minds, where you stop renting apartments, you start buying houses.
That's
all
right.
We have to have generational wealth.
That's right.
You know, and
he already said it, raising the bar. That's right. Raising the bar and doing it responsibly. Hello.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. That was spontaneous, but this is what I mainly preach. Sometimes they don't like me, but it doesn't matter. Let me finish.
What you mean, the children?
Yeah, because
of the say sometimes.
No, yeah. I'm more stern, and I know what it's going to take, and no one gave nothing to me.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And it took us a long time to get where we are now. So to pass what we have on to you guys, all right, in less time, all right, you have to take advantage of that. And when you have, you mentioned legacy, that's our grandson's name. What is his legacy going to be from you guys, not just from us?
It's a continuation,
right?
like you said, generational.
Continuation, all right? And then not only that, they pass their motivations and their skills on to their friends. So this is how our community grows. And and then the vision of just not being in one business, okay, is what we have to have. We have to see what's going on around us right now, which in East Coast and the West Coast, we're talking eateries and wineries. And we have to have our foot down in this.
And we're gonna talk about what you guys also are doing moving forward, because I know you have a lot coming up, and I want to hear more about that. Elisa, you want to add?
I would like to say how our parents in those days, how things have changed from then. If we knew the things that we knew back then, and our parents educated us on, the things that should be done now. What we are trying to educate our kids on now, I think we would have been well ahead of the game also. So our kids now are ahead of the game more than we were. So the number one thing that you have to consider here is credit. Credit is very important. You cannot get anything these days without credit. We used to could go to and look at an apartment and just go in and ask the landlord, you have an apartment? Oh yeah, go up and see it. You can't do it these days. You have to have credit. You have to check your credit.
That's
for everything you want. You want a house, you want a car, you want an apartment, you have to have credit. So
good credit at that.
And good credit.
Good credit.
That's the number one thing. If you want anything, you have to build your credit.
That's right.
And build it young. Don't wait until you're old. Build it young. Start out.
But you know, we as a people, we have to teach our young.
You have to educate them.
I think the churches, all right, have a responsibility to talk financial, so we will know about credit, and know how to spend your money on credit.
That's right.
You only supposed to use a third.
That's right. 30%.
Of what they give you. All right. And then that shows them that you're not relying on it.
That's
and then
true.
before you know it, your credit skyrockets. All right. And then you take it from there, and you start saving for your own house.
That's right.
We also need to know about interest rates, which is at an all-time low. And whoever is able, get that house now.
Hello. Hitting it right on the nose. Carrena?
Yes.
So come into the conversation. We're talking about, of course, good credit, establishing legacy. And I know you mentioned that you already started. You have your 11-year-old, working and also getting paid for the services she provides.
Yes, and I'm also in the midst of it all, in getting ready to open up a cosmetology school here in Oak Ridge.
Hello.
Congratulations.
And thank you. It's gonna, it's all God. It's not me. I researched it. Like I said, I worked in a cosmetology school for 5 going on 6 years. And about 5.5 years ago, we had a meeting and they said to write down, your goals and what do you see yourself in so many years, or it was one of those team building things. And I put down that I wanted to own my own school. And it's coming to pass. Hopefully by next year, August, I will have a salon professional academy here in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. So,
that's good stuff.
And I start thinking about it. Okay, what can I do so that my family, because I don't come from that type of family background, where things, we have land. Yes, we have that, but we don't have businesses, and we didn't have different things that we took up from the generation before us or whatever. So this is me trying to build a legacy for my children, and like you said, my children's children, and to go on, and to continue it, because it has to start somewhere.
That's right.
Like, where are we going to start? And, salon ownership is great, and I love it. It took care of me and my family for years. But when I stepped into the school side of things, I started seeing where the students were actually lacking. What can I do to make a better cosmetologist out here? So that's just where I'm at right now at this stage in my life.
And I think Alfonso also mentioned that when you start in one line of business, it kind of opens up the door for more creation, more, of course, more sacrifice. He mentioned that as well. But the development of new businesses, because it's like it kind of, the business mind kind of spirals out of control.
Right.
And I would say the same thing for home ownership, right?
Right.
And good credit. Once you start on that good path, it's like, hey, it's like an adrenaline rush. I want another house, and I want another business, and I think this is a great idea. And you start expanding. Yeah, which is 100% important, essential for the Black community. And we need to start taking back, number one, what's owed to us, what we're deserving of, what we're worthy of, and start thinking straight. A lot of our children, with social media and access to computers and things like that, there's a lot of information out here that's attainable, but they need to understand it. And
it's
that
the whole
root
world at your fingertips, and they have to use it.
Right.
They have to use it.
And it
we
starts
have to
to at
go
home.
out and find everything. All they have to do is pick up the phone or open up the computer, Google, and it's right there.
That's
it's
right.
right there at their fingertips. The whole world is at in their hands.
That's right. I mean, but the only thing I would backtrack with about that with our children is that fast pace. Like your husband just mentioned. Like, you know, when you guys were younger, when we were younger, it's like we had to work, we had to hustle, we had to grind. Now it's a little bit too easy for some of these things to be passed on to our children. You know, where they don't. Some of them, not all, don't appreciate the true value of hard work. I mean, if we, and I don't want to get too much off topic, but if we look at some of the TV programs that we're watching and all these award shows and people getting these awards so quickly, back in the day when we look at old school singers and old school artists and old school business owners, you know, which someone posted on social media recently, and I admired it, they worked hard, and you could see the work, you know, and them and the project. Yes, you could see it. You know, now it's like, you know, we giving you a hand clap and you just been in the business world for a month.
Push the button.
Exactly.
I mean, like, okay, where did this come from?
Even with job searches, I had to laugh at myself because
I'm kind of jealous that, you know, I had to work so hard. No.
We used to tell our kids, okay, they were looking for jobs. Okay, it's time to get up. And my daughter said, "Mom, I am looking." I'm like, "How are you looking? You're not getting up. You're not doing that." I didn't know you were on the computer
and not listen
pushing buttons. I know.
And my mother's house,
get up 5, 6 in the morning.
And my grandmother's house.
Yeah, and go.
I don't care what time of day it was, even if it was on a weekend. You were getting your butt up out the bed at 7 o'clock in the morning.
But we had to go out and look for the job and ask for application and fill it out and walk your little shoes off.
That's right.
Well, they didn't have
so they didn't have but that was back in the day. But the phones and computers, it can work for you and it can work against you.
That's right.
And even the little kids now, they don't play with toys.
No, they don't.
They play with the telephones and they don't even
and
make
can
sense.
work them better than you.
That's right. That's right.
But they don't play. You know, they losing all the things that we did when we were growing up with the toys and using our imaginations and building stuff and
That's
things
right.
like
Being
that.
more crafty.
Right.
More hands-on.
More hands-on. But all you have to do, even though they have a rattle sound on the phone where you don't need the rattle no more. The phone is the kids' pacifier.
Well, y'all do remember the Jetsons.
Rattling on the phone, and they just look at the phone and listen to it rattle.
Do you remember the
That's
Jetsons?
psychological dependency.
Nursery rhymes. They just punch in nursery rhymes, give it to the kid, and it sings the nursery rhymes to the children. So they'll become dependent on the phones and the computers.
Wow.
And instant gratification.
That's
right.
Amen.
They're not really playing with
right
the
now,
toys.
like microwave. Just put it in for 2 minutes and it's done.
Right, and it's
done.
Everything is instant. That's how the world is today. It's instant.
That's right.
Instant gratification.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, what would you guys say to someone, young, old, however, you know, in any age, about entrepreneurship?
Well,
I would say do it. Do it. Make sure you're passionate about it. But do it. Don't be scared. Like, don't have that fear because you never know if you haven't tried.
Right.
You know, if you haven't tried it, how would you know if you're going to fail? You know, make sure you have a sound business plan, you know, and like you said, financial, your credit is okay, and just do it. Just do it.
That's right.
Well, I just think so many of us are afraid to fail. And a lot of us...
Failure is the best teacher.
Yeah. A lot of us, you know, we need help. So we have to figure out how to come together with our minds. All right. When we see something, all right, that's going to be profitable, all right, but we can't reach it. So you have to reach out to other people, all right, and come together. And that's how we build corporations, black corporations together, you know. And, your mentality can take you anywhere you want to go in life.
Good stuff. And like your wife said, there's no such thing as I can't. It's I can.
I can.
Okay.
I can do anything.
Elisa, you want to add?
I like to add a big thanks to you guys for this forum.
Oh, yes.
Because
Yes.
this
Much
is,
needed.
This is needed.
Much
This
needed.
is needed.
Much needed. Much
I was
needed.
like shaking in my boots. I didn't even want to go home and go to sleep.
Wait, but how you feel now with the conversation flowing?
Tingly. I just playing, fellas.
I like that, but
Nice.
that's passion. That's passion,
No, it's comfortable.
and it's easy to talk about something
Right.
that you
That you
love.
love. Yes.
Because what did
Yes.
you say to me before we started this conversation? I don't really talk that much. What? That's that passion. That's
Yeah.
that fire. That's that flame. That's that
Well,
hard
you
work
get
and
me-
dedication.
You just have to get me started.
Yeah, but that's
I
that
should've
hard
said,
work and
yeah,
dedication, though.
yeah.
That passion for what you
Right.
do. That
And
love.
I love what I do, and I commend her on opening up her own school. That's one of my goals that I would like to do also, because I'm about educating people about their hair. So that's a good one. And a lot of our stylists
Thank
now,
you.
they're not really educated on how to do hair. They have more book sense than hands
Or YouTube. Let's
hands
not forget YouTube.
hands on.
yeah, YouTube. Those.
Yeah,
those
but
ex-
see,
Yeah, or YouTube.
experiences.
YouTube is not teaching you everything. They're just showing you maybe some
basics?
Yeah, and you know, you get in the middle and you get stuck like, okay, they didn't show me this. Now what are you gonna do?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So stylists actually laugh at some of the stuff that they show you, because your customers come in showing you with their phone. Oh, see this? I want you to do it like that. No, yeah, we can't do it like that. I'm gonna look at your hair. I'm gonna analyze it. I'm gonna tell you what you can get.
Right.
The other thing I like to touch base on is, the schools today. They're really not sending out stylists.
Nope.
They're just getting the money. So by the time I get to them, it's about advanced training. All right, and I think it's sad that they got to spend $15,000 in some cases. All right.
Oh no, more
No,
than
it's
that.
more than that.
More than that.
Well,
For cosmetology.
What did they? What
It's
is
way
it?
more than that.
7,000.
Yeah, a semester
Um,
probably.
It's ranging anywhere between $18,500 and $23,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
well, that's still a lot of money
No, it's a lot
to
of
come
money.
out of
That's a lot.
school
And not have
equipped.
Not have
Right.
the education. That's why they need the
so
advanced.
quality education is what
Right.
we're looking for, and I'm sure Carrena's gonna bring that about in Tennessee, huh?
Yes, I am, because also being in the school as well, everyone is not built to be a cosmetologist.
That's
Thank
right.
I mean, we're gonna say that, and we're gonna keep it real. Just because someone comes in your school to fill out that application and they think that that's what they want to be, does not necessarily make them a candidate for cosmetology,
And what is
barbering, or whatever it is in the field that they want. So what I can say as being in the school, that falls. I think it's a 50-50 division with that, because you have your educators that are passionate, want to teach and things of that nature, and then you have your student who don't want to come to school. They don't want to, they don't want to service guests. They don't want to, they coming in, they going through the motions, getting the 1,500 hours, and then when they can't get hired, or they're getting bad reviews from other salons. It's the school's fault. No, it's not necessarily always the school's fault, because, like I said, I was in Palm Mitchell for 6 years, and I love Palm Mitchell. I love their systems. I love the culture. I love everything about Palm Mitchell. But it's up to the student in itself to take advantage of what the school has to offer, if it's a good school.
So it has to be a partnership between the student and the school, being more focused and dedicated on the curriculum, actually learning the book knowledge and then coming out and applying it the way it's supposed to be applied.
Yes.
And
yes,
also
yes,
remaining
yes.
teachable, because a lot of times you come out of school and you feel like you have all the answers, and then you meet someone
Yes.
who has the ground rooted experience and you don't really want to hear anything. So it's also humbling yourself and remaining teachable.
Yes, always. You learn every day. I still learn every day something new. You have to challenge yourself to
Right,
learn something new
exactly.
every day, and I do.
Exactly.
I go to hair shows, I take classes, still in my time, because into the salon industry is changing. It's ever changing. Different styles are coming out. You have
Yeah,
to
every
follow
day.
the trend. So if you're one of those stylists who's behind the chair and you're not educating yourself, then your clientele is not going to grow. It's going to phase out, and then you're going to be stuck.
That's right.
You know, so you have to continue to educate yourself as well.
Good stuff, Carrena. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the mic over really quickly to Todd so he could give a shout out to everybody who's tuning in, and also we can address some comments that were placed on Facebook. Todd?
Okay.
Shout out to Tamara Taylor. Shout out to Pam Waters. Pam Waters says, what's the name of your businesses? And Jamil, you wearing them pink Converses.
How can she see those? I'm on the table, Pam.
Shout out to Tim Hawk, Myrtle Wilson, Sean B. Morgan, Laurie Redford, Lorenzo Scott, Fennell Collette, Richard Vickers, Sean Hobson, Larry Irvin said, great, I'm back. I'm listening. I'm in. Danny Beckett said,
I think she made a comment about
newspaper classified section and a roll of quarters. That's how you win job hunting.
That's right. Old school.
And
Yes.
Pam also said, do you participate in conventions, and what type of marketing are you involved in?
Okay.
And shout out to Mike Smith for listening.
And also DJ Kendall, he's on as well. All right, so let's try to address some of those questions. What was the question again? I know I see one question here.
Business, and do you the convention? Do you participate in conventions, and what type of marketing are you involved in?
Oh yeah, so we can talk about marketing really quickly, because I know you guys were in the African American Day Parade, and I know you're doing a lot of promotion, Alfonso. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Sure. Well, the African Day Parade, okay, you'll have opportunity to meet the masses, all right? And we're so proud of them allowing us to be in it, because we marched down 7th Avenue and Showtime was on 8th Avenue. So all of our customers from 1994, 93 is shouting us out, and we're giving them shirts. And it's just, they're so glad to see that we're still, you know, walking and talking and doing business. So it gives them a sense of pride,
That's right.
right, as well as us.
Okay.
You know.
Elisa, you want to add?
Yes, and we also we have activities. We give bus rides. We in the parade. We do hair shows. We haven't did one recently, but we're coming up. We're trying to open up a restaurant, grill and bar. So we're working on a lot of projects right now.
Well, as far as marketing, okay, we just have to continue to deal with the 21st century, because that's where everybody's going to. They're going to Facebook, they're going to Twitter, they're going to Instagram, and you have to put your work out there, all right? And I like to comment on, you know, what the other guy said. You know, we have to continue to grow in our skills. You know, you can't be stagnated, because you will lose your clientele. You can't continue to give them the same thing over and over again. You have to show some versatility. And the only way you're going to do that is if you go back to school, you know, and learn these things.
And not on YouTube, right, Elisa?
Right.
Yeah,
Carrena.
Yeah, right.
Not on YouTube. Come to the shop. We'll educate you
All right,
on what you need.
Carrena, give us some news.
Okay, well, so far as marketing, like you said, I'm just stepping into the 21st century, so now you'll see me post on Facebook a lot, Instagram. I'm not really a Twitter girl or Snapchat, but I haven't evolved to that yet. My son says I'm old because Facebook is for old people. I don't know if you guys have heard that, but yeah, my kids say, oh, you on Facebook. But you do. You have to, like, the local little, like, we have something, what's happening in Oak Ridge. You know, I'll post there. You know, I'll post in the little community things that we have. I'm an active member of my church, so a lot of my church members, and, you know, my pastor, he's a big supporter of myself, him and his wife and his daughters. And, you know, we do things giving back to the community. We had a haircut. We gave free haircuts and styles out to, you know, people who could not have afforded to get their children's hair done before school started. And we know that's a huge thing, because in the world of bullying, you know, we have to make sure that our kids I'm going to school looking the part. Yeah, back in the day, we didn't have to wear a couple of ponytails and we're good, but now, no. Everything is based on the eyes, what the eyes can see. So we did that within our community back in, I believe it was July. Speaking of a hair show with a lady, but so far as that, just trying to keep my skill level up, and that's how my clientele will continue to grow.
Good stuff. So how can you be reached, Alfonso, Elisa?
Oh, I could be reached at the shop. The number is 718-742-1717.
What's the address?
569 Cortland Avenue.
That's right.
That's in the Bronx.
Okay.
And we also have another shop, 1349 Broadway in Brooklyn.
All right. Are you online? Like a website?
You can locate us on Facebook, Showtime Facebook page. And we have pictures and photos that you can look at.
All right. Good stuff. And Alfonso?
347-996-1899. Call.
And we're also looking forward to you putting out more promotion about is it a bar and eatery, or what is it?
Yes,
Lounge?
it's going to be a bar and grill.
Okay.
All right. I got my daughters involved. We're in negotiations as we speak right now.
Good stuff.
And we just want to be able to give the community in Brooklyn, a good place to eat, drink, have events, you know what I'm saying, where they don't have to go out of their community.
Good stuff. Karina,
That's good.
how can you be reached,
Yes.
Karina?
Okay, my salon number is 865-294-4171. I also have a web page, which coming into the 21st century, it's highmaintenanceandco.com. And I'm on Facebook and Instagram. My Instagram name is High Maintenance Boo. So
That's right. That's
how you
right.
get in touch with me.
Yes, ma'am. So that means you're not old. You're coming into the younger century now.
I have
And tell your son I said that.
that.
Don't worry, they'll get us there.
So do you guys have any closing words for the viewers and the listeners tonight about business ownership, about anything that you think would be important for them to hear?
Sure. Have the guts to go for what you believe in. All right. Ask around. Educate yourself on whatever your business is going to be, because you're going to have predators, and that means brokers, because they believe that a lot of us don't know, what we're doing, and they try to take advantage. So it's all about educating yourself in whatever endeavor you're going to try to put together. And if you don't have enough, reach out. It's people out here, that want to help, and that's how we do things. Come together.
Well, I would like to say, thank you to all my children. I love you, and educate yourself. Keep in touch with everything that's around you. Thank you to all my customers also. I don't want to leave them out. But educate yourself and keep in touch. That's what I want to say.
One more thing.
Yeah.
It's showtime.
That's right. Showtime
Yeah,
in the
it's
house.
showtime.
Karina,
And thank everybody for listening too. Appreciate it.
you have any closing words, Karina?
I do. First of all, I would like to thank you guys for having me on here. I was excited. I was like, oh, yes. But I would also just like to say, building a team is also very important. Raising your standards for business ownership. Like, you have to be involved. You have to be there. Like, I know so many people who are never in their business, and they wonder why it's failing or it's not functioning correctly. Definitely building a good, solid team will keep your business running. Don't be afraid to tell somebody goodbye. Have a nice day, especially if they're not bringing value to your company.
I love that. Elisa?
One more thank you. I want to thank my staff that sticks with me and they show up every day for me. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. and keep up the good work.
Yes. Carrena, you want to give any
That's
shout
very
outs?
important. Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to my team in my salon. You know, my co-owner with me, Natasha Block. She's not a stylist, but she helped me with my dream, and I thank her so much for that. Also, you know, I have a couple of other stylists in my salon. I want to give a shout out to them, just for sticking with me in my craziness, because sometimes you can be a little crazy, and that's
I
okay.
agree.
You know, it's okay. You know,
Yes.
you just have your 24
At the
hours
end of the
and
day,
get
we
over with.
we back in the
Yes.
morning doing
That's
the same
right.
thing.
It's all about making take care of our families,
Right.
and I want to thank them for that, because without a good solid team, you won't have a good solid business.
That's right. And the growing pains,
Mhm.
you
And
know, when
number
you sit
one.
back, you know what I admire the most, and I always tell Todd this, is that those people who stick by you for 25, 30 years, and you can look back and say, we played together.
yeah,
Our
we
kids are
grew
playing
together.
together. Our children's children are playing
That's-
together.
that's-
we
that's
To
grew
me,
together.
that is
It's
like
an honor.
Yes, that
It's
is
an
that
honor
is
and a
beautiful.
privilege.
And a lot of our children need to learn that. You can't call everybody your friends now.
That's right.
But those
You
who
sure
go through
can.
those growing pains with you and
Yes.
stick it out and support, you're going to have your days where you know, fire is coming out, horns are sticking up. But
Right.
you stick together. And then at the end of the day, you can sit down and have a cup of tea and say, look what we did together.
Yes.
You know?
Together.
Yes.
And we can talk about it.
Absolutely.
But far, but most, thank God.
the higher
Thank
power is
the
awesome.
higher power.
Yes.
Thank God, and appreciate everything He has done for us in our life.
That's right.
And
Amen.
thanks to my
yes.
husband. Thank you.
Yes.
Wow, I get it. Thanks.
Wait, I'm gonna use our phone. I'm getting all tingly. I'm getting all
Tingly
tingly.
Thank you.
Tingly.
And I got some cookies today from
okay.
David. It's
Yeah,
all like
all
popcorn.
right.
I'm going home and get me some milk with them cookies.
Let's throw.
It was just all around a good show today.
Yes.
Go ahead,
I want to
Alfonso.
give
Appreciate it.
one of my daughters a shout out because she's something else. Hi, Ebony, because you are the creator. You just like me. She is so. She probably figuring out something right now.
That's good. That mind is always throwing on creativity,
Right.
huh?
Ebony is something else.
Good stuff.
All my daughters are, and I love you all.
Yeah, they
and my
all
sons.
entrepreneurs.
you know,
all the kids, they
But
all.
Ebony's
And
just
they owe that
It's a
to
blessing.
watching you guys.
They're all a blessing.
That's right.
All
You are
a
the
blessing,
living
'cause We
experience.
could have been.
Living
They could have
example.
went the other way.
Mm-hmm.
No,
They're
couldn't.
all a blessing.
No, they couldn't.
No, okay. They all a blessing.
No option.
Yeah, no options.
No.
Ain't no such thing as I can. It's
Yes,
you can.
you
I
can,
can.
you can. That's
Yes.
the motto. You can.
Yeah. So I have
Yeah.
to say, you wanted to say something else, Alfonso?
Yeah, I like this guy over here, man. I knew him a long time. He used to do security for me at my hair shows and stuff. I remember.
That's
And
right.
He got me on his show.
And how many years ago was that? How long has this friendship been going on?
Our friendship has existed about 15 years.
Look at that.
Or better.
Look at that time.
Or better.
I know them since like 98.
I used to,
1998.
When I met you coming through, used to go to the MCU machine in the back. I was like, yo, I was like, all right, come on, let's go. I don't need nothing.
Good stuff.
Him, Tanika, all of them.
That's right.
You know?
That relationship, like I said, that support system that you get is what makes the dream work. That teamwork, that diligence, that effort, that hustle.
Mhm.
Is really, really good in keeping those friendships tight. Sometimes you do have to drop off a couple of people, wherever
sure.
the stop is at, because they may not be, like Carrena said, adding to the value of your business. And your brand is 100% important. You have to know that when you have this label, this brand, the person who's representing this label and brand is representing you. So
Yep.
when I see Elisa, I see your business. When I see Alfonso, I see your business. When I see Carrena, I see your business. And hopefully when people see me, they see my business and quality and not just a dollar sign, like you guys have said.
Yes.
So I want to say,
Yes.
I was real happy, and I put up a post and I said, I'm happy. Listen, because I was so happy and empowered. Like I said, I put up a meme today and I was saying I was so empowered to wake up this morning and share that, and to sit at the table and be able to discuss Black business to me is very, very important. I'm hoping that there are some youngsters out there looking at what we're doing, not only our children, but like your husband said, the community needs to see what we're doing,
And
and how important it is, because there's so many negative images of our people and not enough positive images. So this is extremely important. So I want to just say thank you so much. I'm humbled. I always get all teary-eyed. I'm not going to do that tonight, but I just want to say thank you to you three for coming out, you know, and speaking out about Black business, the importance of credit, the importance of, you know, owning your stuff,
ownership,
you know, ownership, taking what we are worthy of, you know, and believing in yourself, having that passion, having that vision. And I also want to say thank you so much to the viewers and supporters. You know, thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Todd, you want to say something else about the...
Yeah, Art Tillman says, Leon Tillman from the job says, real businessman, got to put your fam in there, helps teach responsibility. And thank you, Frank White, for tuning in. And I tried to get you on the show. And Aggie for Life, Tommy Vernos, Pamela for listening the whole show. You're welcome, Carrena. As Carrena said, thanks for having her on. Keith Taylor, Reggie Levy, Minister Larry Walker. Everybody, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Carrena.
That's right.
All
we
the
cannot.
best.
Carrena, you still on the line? Oh, okay. So she dropped the line, and we can't build safer communities without unification.
I agree.
The unity right now in the house is strong. The kinetic. I usually work off kinetic energy, and it's just nothing but awesomeness flowing throughout this room. So I'm so thankful. Thank you so much for coming out. You've been tuned in anytime. You've been tuned in to building safercommunities.com/radio. I'm hoping that next Tuesday you'll still be tuned in and you'll support us as well. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Well,
I appreciate
we'll
you
float to
guys.
our car on that note.
Yes.
This has
Yeah,
been
because I
great.
told you I was trying to get you out of here by a certain time.